Recycling is an essential measure to change waste into reusable materials. In the United States, only about 30% of solid waste is properly recycled, which is relatively very low compared to other developed countries such as Northern Ireland, Japan, Scotland, and Wales, which are all roughly 50% of recycling percentage. In addition, on the other hand, in the United States, the amount of solid waste disposal has increased throughout the last decade, which leads to air pollution, water pollution, and solid waste disposal. This also causes many other problems such as diseases. Specifically, in my own community, I noticed that many people have difficulty realizing how well they're doing in the process of recycling. In addition, according to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, energy consumption and climate change are two problems that desperately need to be solved. Therefore, we created this app to check how well people recycle through a scoring system and collect data from grocery receipts to see if the app can help make the consumer's receipt for more recyclable items. This app can increase the efficiency in recycling and promote people to encourage individuals to use more recyclable items. Our project helps with energy consumption and climate change protection since the app promotes recycling, which in turn helps the environment according to UN Sustainable Goals. So before we started creating an app, we've done a lot of research with other apps that also help with recycling. Two apps that we specifically invested on are named iRecycle and Recycle Coach. The two apps are among with a lot of other apps that are published on Google Play Store, which the place that we kind of invested on. They are great apps, however, they do not have enough features that I believe will be helpful enough for people to understand how themselves are doing with recycling. For example, iRecycle only contains the feature of finding recycling centers, and it doesn't have information that directs the users directly. And Recycle Checker also only contains information about recyclables and no information about specific link to the user. It does not focus on the users themselves and does not contain statistics that the user will be able to straightforwardly tell if they themselves have been doing enough recycling. And my app does not require extra resource function, and it does its best to help the users individually improve their recycling. So throughout the development process of our app, we have made many changes and adjustments. So among them, one of the most significant is to change our original plan of scanning QR codes of bottles into scanning receipts, because based on the poll data that we did among high schoolers at Yoberlin High School that used the test version of our app that was not fully developed yet, most people believe that they would prefer to look at receipts instead of QR codes. It helps them to visually see. And also, we think that it's easier for the user to see information directly on how well they're doing recycling on the receipts they get. Information about bottles and also recyclables and are also more accurate on receipts than on QR codes. After the app is successfully created, I used the app in our family ourselves throughout a 5-week period to test if the app is efficient. The app is proven working because a clear trend in my data scores gained from my family receipts, my grocery receipts show that the amount of recyclable increased it as the week went by. And the number I get from recycling pops up in my head when I do weekly recycling with my family and reminds me to buy more recyclable items. In the future, I would like to continually conduct experiments to collect more data from app users in different areas to help do research on solid waste disposal. In addition, we will continue to optimize the functions of our app to make it more intelligent to direct not only consumers but also producers and manufacturers to use more recyclable products. Thank you for listening.